Hey guys, John Faulkner here with Survival Dispatch, and today we're going to talk about a topic that I think a lot of people tend to discuss, and this is kind of my take on it from what I've done through training, talking to friends of mine that are EMT, first responders, police officers, things like that, and kind of how I've put it together. So this is what I call a multiple issue event pretty much bag, medical bag. And what we start to see is a lot of people, hey, I carry an ankle ifak kit. A lot of people might carry like a Dark Angel medical kit or something like that. But it's usually made for treating one person in one event. And what I mean by that is there's one tourniquet, there's one quick clot, there's one Israeli bandage, there's one set of chest seals, and you can really only help one person with them. And that's great. We should have them. But being able to have a little bit larger of a bag that was made for if you were to find yourself in an active shooter situation, or more likely come upon a wreck on the interstate. I drive thousands upon thousands of miles every year up and down every interstate pretty much in this country. And there's a way more likelihood that I'm going to come upon a car accident than bugging out, being in the middle of the woods, and somebody getting a gunshot wound. So this is a bag that lives in my truck, and it goes with me everywhere I go. Every single person that's ever traveled with me, I'll tell them, in case of a big emergency, you grab the tan bag, and I have some other bags for other reasons, but you grab the tan bag. And what this is made for is, like I said, if you were to come upon an event where multiple people were injured, and we are just trying to keep them alive, keep the red stuff in them, until emergency medical personnel get on hand to take care of them. This is not a SHTF situation where, it's none of that. This is daily prepping, and that's what I think we really have to start focusing on, is what are the chances that something will happen in our daily lives that we come upon. And for you guys like truck drivers, guys that have to travel long distance for work, you've seen car accidents on the road. And most of the time, when there's a car accident on the interstate, it's more than one person that's injured. So yeah, it's great if you got a small kid on you, but then you start determining, man, you come across a car that has 5 people in it that just rolled 5 times, and all of them have massive bleeding. Who's getting the tourniquet? Who's getting the quick clot? You might be able to, that guy can, handle just getting a quick clot and a seal or something like that. That guy just needs a tourniquet because, he lost an arm or a limb. So I can save 2 people. But what if you come across, 3 or 4? How can you best be equipped to handle a situation like that? Or a situation where you pull up onto an event, but you're not the only one that's there. There might be a off-duty police officer, there might be EMTs, there might be nurses, doctors that have the skill to help people, but you don't have the gear. You have one bag. You can't divide, you can't separate. If we're talking an active shooter situation, it's very rare nowadays that an active shooter situation only one person gets shot. It's multiple people. So what if you take an instance like a mall shooting or a school shooting? It's usually not one body or 3 bodies laying next to each other. They might be spread out over multiple rooms or a large distance. So I've made this kit be very modular in the fact that I can take components out of it. I can even throw them to people, and they can go administer aid to others. It's not where this bag is where help is. We can separate it and really I think make a difference. So that's why I put it together. And this bag was also built because I came upon a car accident where a car went across the median, head to another car in the opposite going direction. And it literally threw bodies in both directions across the road. So I couldn't just, help one person. There were multiple bodies, but there were 3 nurses that were traveling together that were right behind the car pretty much going the opposite direction. So they were already helping minister aid. I just went to see what I could do. And when I got there, I said, hey, I got some extra kit that you guys can use, and they were thankful for it. Why? Because out of the 3 of them, I think they had like 1 tourniquet, and they were trying to just improvise packing a wound with a shirt that one of the guys had on. So that's what this bag was built around. And I'll tell you, just kind of to start off with, this is a special operations equipment active shooter bag. What it's really made for is stuffing magazines, AR mags, AK mags on the outside, more stuff on the inside. you could use really any bag you want. You could go get like a 511 like 2-banger or 4-banger. I made a bag. What I'll say is the requirements are you should have fast access to some compartments on the outside of it, and then pocket on the inside. So looking at the bag, it's got 3 magazine compartments on the outside, but I mean, they're pretty much universal. And it's got a big pocket, and it's got 1 small snap pocket in the back. So that's that. So first of all, the bag, it's not big, it's not heavy. And this is not a boo-boo kit. There are no Band-Aids in here. Nothing to treat anything like that. This is literally just to keep people alive, keep the red blood in them as long as possible until the proper people get on scene to really help. And that's all we're trying to do. So in the first pocket right here, rip it up. Got a pair of trauma shears. These are for me. So the things on the outside are for me if I am helping somebody. So these trauma shears theoretically are for me to use. Now in here, once I said, once again, there might be multiple people that can help me. So I do not have a pair of gloves. I have 4 pairs of gloves stuffed in here because that's the first thing that we want to be able to get here. So I have 4 pairs of gloves. On the 2 outside pockets here, I have 2 tourniquets because we might need more than 1. So 2 tourniquets that I can easily get to and apply. So that's what's on the front of the bag. The back of the bag, like I said, this bag, the way I intend it to be used, this outer shell of the bag will stay with me so that I can help administrate. On the back of it, got an Israeli bandage, combat gauze to help plug a hole, nose tube if need be, chest seals, not 1 but 2, just in case there was a through and through of a gunshot wound or something like that, chest seals, and then lube for the nose tube as well. So that's all on the outside of the bag. Now, like I said before, this bag is made to allow other people to help aid those that are hurt. So on the inside there's not 1 component that is open. They are all in small trauma kits packed. All the items that you see here, except for there's 1 tourniquet instead of 2, all these items are in every single kit in here. And I have 1, 2, 3. So after you take these 3 out, this bag is empty. Inside, 3 SkinnyMedic.com trauma kits. You can get these on SkinnyMedic.com. Awesome guy over there. You got to help Skinny Medic. Fantastic guy. If you're looking for medical stuff, check out his channel also on YouTube. But this is why I've gone this approach. I see a lot of people, they have a big bag like this. All the components are open and inside the bag. So pretty much the bag has to go wherever aid is needed. I rolled up on that car scene. There were 3 ER nurses there. So what I can do with these or any other event, be an active shooter, anything like that, I can literally take these bags and I can throw them to people that can help. And they can leave anybody and go administer more aid. That is what this kit is all about, being able to help multiple people, whatever the scenario might be. So that's how I pack my truck kit. And then when you open these up, like I said before, all the items that are here on the table are packed nice and neat inside here. Once again, guys, tourniquets. Tourniquets have to be prepped, ready to rock and roll. If they're still in the package, if the strap is still over the windlet, it's not ready. Every single one of these kits, the tourniquet's ready to go, and it allows people to spread out and help more people. And that's what I kind of felt like was missing in some other bag videos or articles or things that I saw was all the gear usually was made to stay with the bag, where this one, it can be spread out around multiple people and really help those that need it. So this is my take on what I keep. Call it an active shooter medical bag, call it a whatever you want. It's a medical bag for me. It's a large injury, heavy bleeding, whatever you want to call it, bag. But being able to compartmentalize everything and then make them into smaller kits like these from Skinny Medic, I think are a fantastic option. And in the front, just so you guys know, in the front, Skinny Medic, he tucks gloves. So, you don't even have to open this pack to get to gloves, and there's more than 1 pair just in case they were to rip or something like that. So it's really been thought out by Dietrich and everybody over there. I make them red just so people know. I keep this, and you're like, John, why isn't this bag red? Because I already had this laying around, so I just kind of repurposed it. But once you break everything open, everything is red in it. So guys, that's my bag. That's my medical kit. That's what I keep in my truck. I'd love to hear how you guys keep your medical gear in your truck. Leave the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button also. It really helps out the channel, getting a reach. And if you haven't already, check out the Survival Dispatch Insider. I'll leave a link in the description. Get a free 14-day trial to a ton more information just like this. So I appreciate each and every one of you watching this video. And until next time, be safe.